Was this like your spot?
I used to come here like twice a week probably.
Really?
Easily.
And was it always the pollo guisado?
That, or I used to fuck with the grilled chicken. I would get like maybe like a chicken sandwich or some fries and shit like that. And I used to fuck the oxtails up, but that was when it wasn't crazy as shit.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Remember like early quarantine when like the park was like everything? Like the park was the club, the clear your head space, the birthday center, the motherfucking, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the motherfucking pollo guisado from motherfucking Punta Cana.
This one is classic.
No one person needs all this damn rice. No one man should eat all this rice. And there's the beans too, but you know, beans pictured on the screen, you put an asterisk or something.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Does music give you any relief or make you optimistic at all?
It can give me relief in the day-to-day sense, as in like, it gives me clarity sometimes. Sometimes it's fucking fun, niggas need that shit. I don't think it's like the answer to anything. Like putting a song out not finna, you know, stop poverty or homelessness or people being hungry, like, practically speaking. But messaging is obviously powerful, and communication is obviously powerful.
What do you think about it? What do you feel like the arguments are there?
If you want to get like YouTube comment conspiracy theory, it's just like white record labels, sign people from poverty, young niggas from poverty.
Yeah.
Mostly to rap about rap about their poverty. Or like, I guess the other part of it would be representation or something like that. But I don't even really believe all in the aesthetics of that either, because representation and visibility is not like a guarantee to safety or sustainability for those people, for marginalized people. I think it's cool for people who don't see themselves in shit to see themselves in shit. But that alone is not saving anyone from anything, especially because you don't need to be like a cis straight white dude to perform the functions of the state or to perform functions that are negative overall. Like, especially now it's a new thing, like they're gonna find diverse people to carry on the same shit. That's why you see niggas joke about like how they put out like happy pride shit with like rainbows on cop cars. You know, like, I don't mean shit, nigga, they kill queer people. Like, a gay cop don't mean it's not a cop, you know?
Yeah, any forms of like art that does speak on Black experience that you find goes beyond just
surface level?
Yeah, surface level, or can surpass that trope of you're just another artist that is just being profited of and the actual impact of what you're doing is under question.
I love Arm & Hammer, man.
Arm & Hammer?
They're raw as fuck.
And you got to open for them too, right?
Like 3 times. I think Do It Saleh, they're really fucking raw too. Contour.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like something that came out, I think they was written about in Bandcamp or something, but like I found their shit. I think I had it in a tab and I lost it. I couldn't remember what it was called. And I saw it pop up again like a couple weeks ago and I clicked it. I'm like, that's what the fuck I was looking for. I started listening to their shit and it's so good.
What, how would you describe it?
I don't even know. They're raw as shit.
Okay.
I was really fucking with that. Like I really needed that at the point. And this person is not black, this person is white, but like MJ Lenderman. I saw Horse Jumper at Love Live and MJ Lenderman was on tour. I ain't know shit about him. I went with the homies and shit. I watched that set. I was instantly standing there. Like instantly. Like, I don't remember the last time like a set really did that for me where I'm just instantly like, fuck, like, nah, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying?
What was it about the set?
It was so goddamn honest.
Honest? How do they communicate honesty in
the shit that threw me off was he was saying all this sad ass shit with like the straightest face possible and like not breaking it. But it was just like the feeling I got from it. He had this song TLC Cage Match.
Okay.
I'm a lyric person. Like I love lyrics and shit. I like when the last time you like went to a show and with somebody that you don't know nothing about and they play some shit and you heard it for the first time and you listening to it, you like really receiving it and you look at the people you with and you're like, what the fuck? Like you hear this shit? Yeah, nah. I was instantly on the train after that. Sometimes like I'm like a lyric heavy nigga and I really like, sometimes I wish I knew how to like do the shit that niggas like Cardi and them do. Like just drive the vibe, just focus on like the ad lib, like just like the sonic, like the sound design of what they do with their voice and shit. Like even like niggas like Doug, if you trace that back.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I always like. I'd like fan out over like that and like just like the sort of shit when niggas like rap, like the absurdity of it. Like,
yeah. I mean,
non sequiturs
like from
and shit.
Lil Wayne.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's all children, Lil Wayne.
Love that shit.
What's stopping you from doing that?
Not like it's stopping me. I just want to like incorporate it more and it's just like, it's kind of study it. But I try to employ the skill, I'm just not as seasoned in that because it's not like the core of what I do. So I just gotta like work at it.
I kind of wonder what's the way to subvert these days in
so
music
hard.
at any point.
It's so hard.
I feel like if you've decided you're gonna make music, like your subversion cred is already gone in a certain sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least if you're gonna record and put it out.
What you mean?
Being a live artist that plays instruments purely for the leisure of other people, that's the most subversive act.
But even so, I'm not gonna fault niggas for not subverting that, because artistic labor is so devalued. Everybody want art. Everybody want art. Everybody want music. Everybody wants some shit to turn out to. Everybody wants some shit to cry to. Nobody want to pay for this shit. To get paid in attention.
But that's points back to like live. If people are at a live show, they've chosen to put their attention there.
It's my favorite shit.
Yeah. Do you feel like, or rather, have you done shows in the past where you have an acoustic performance rather than a...
You made this shit on the computer, bro. I don't want to hear no fucking band rendition of no shit. Like, nigga, if Metro Boomin made a beat for you, nigga, and sat in that studio and pressed them goddamn keys and turned them 808s up, I do not want to hear a band replicate that shit. Turn the damn music up. I want to hear that shit loud as fuck. I want to hear the sound design. I want to hear what you did with it. I don't want to hear no band doing it. I really don't.
Have you seen live versions of songs that do come off good?
It's very few and far in between. I guess Mac Miller did that, but like a lot of his shit, he started playing more of a live instrumentation towards the end. It always sounds better to me when you made it with the band, and that's like the intention of it. Anderson .Paak finds ways to translate a lot of his shit well, but a lot of his shit's a lot better. I saw Samus open for Open Mike Eagle a long time ago, and she didn't have no DJ with her. She tore that shit up. 7th Street Entry, she tore that shit up.
Whom?
Samus.
Samus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like the Metroid Prime character.
Yeah. No, I'm not familiar with them.
Oh, she she was captivated. She knew what the fuck.
Do you think you're a captivating performer?
I hope so. It can always get better.
How do you think it could be better?
The biggest thing for me lately has been like figuring out how to distribute my energy better. Like just in a live sort of format to where like I don't just like crank it to the maximum for 100% for like 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So I'll get tired like by minute like 18 and shit.
Right.
We're trying to get better with that, like just pacing, sequencing, figure that type of shit out. You know, like people perform like raps, like they drop words out or drop certain bars out to give themselves more room to breathe, like shit like that.
Do you put an emphasis on the studio aspect or the live aspect more than the other?
It's hand to hand, because like if niggas don't give a fuck about the studio, they're not gonna come see you live. Or like if they happen to be introduced to you live first, they're not gonna like, and they come back and the music's not cranking like that. Like it's gotta transfer both ways.
Yeah.
If I'm confident in my performance shit, I need to make sure like the records go. If
Yeah.
the records don't go, you don't want to hear that shit. What make you think everybody else want to hear? The recording has to go. It is two separate arts. You see people that are really like on some studio shit, like good as fuck, can't perform with the fuck.
Right.
And then you see niggas is like really, really good live, but you're not really gonna put them on the crib like that because the recording's not as captivating to you, or it's just don't got the same sort of energies.
Right.
It's two different arenas for real.
Yeah.
I did do Arm & Hammer at Sleeping Village last year, and I think that crowd's easier to work with because they like really are like listening to the, you know what I'm saying? They listen to what the fuck you talking about.
They're like
you
plugged
can't
in.
listen to them and not listen to the fucking words. Like it's not gonna work.
We dubbing what you stuck on. If they say trouble never lasts forever, then they done wrong. We the trouble. We see it how these demons shuffle. You be the muscle, knowing you need to flee the scuffle.
So like it wasn't as hard to work that crowd, but there was a certain moment where I really like I palpably felt like around the halfway mark, I just hit a stride where it was like it was no turning down, nothing at all, and I could tell niggas was really listening to that shit. And I was just like in my bag, like I just felt it. It was like a euphoric sort of thing. Like I was just so in my bag, I don't know where the fuck it came from, but I just like hit it and just kept going and just rode that shit to the end. Like,
Did that translate to more people checking your music out, being interested in what you do?
it translates to the merch because a lot of people bought shit. Those fans, they buy merch. Super niche people, they want to like, you know, it's not a lot of money. It's just they want to put it there, knowing it's gonna get back to people. You in the world, you going through shit, you looking around, your people's going through shit. You express it. You find a way to express it, you give it to the world. Try to reflect the world back. Sometimes you build new worlds. You build some shit that don't exist. Still a reflection of it because you're in this one and this is where you made it at.
Something I've heard about journalism though, and with any news outlet, is that there's bias, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your bias is?
I'm biased towards gay niggas. I'm biased towards niggas. I'm biased towards...
Do you find that it makes it difficult to be critical of them sometimes?
Of who?
Of those demographics? You know, because there's a tension between bias and critically evaluating nuance, right?
I mean, I can call shit for what it is.
Yeah.
If that's what you're asking. Like,
But, like-
you're about to act like because you fit this box or check this box that you're not.
No,
being
but
fucking
it does.
weird.
It does definitely make evaluating things with like a blank slate a
You're
bit
viewing
harder,
things through a
right?
certain prism. Everybody's viewing it through their prism, which
Right.
is what contributes to their
But
biases.
being conscious of that lens, that I can see that it's there, that I'm looking at it through these, this tint on my glasses.
Yeah, like I know myself.
Yeah.
So yeah. I always got a tent.
What do you think is the lens that other people have when they look at you?
It shifts from space to space. I think the general. I think the general consensus on me, from how, if I'm just going off like first impressions of how people look at me, they just like even just assume like how I'm dressed and shit. Like, and my glasses are like, I don't know, maybe it's an aura thing. I don't know, maybe it's how I carry myself. And they just like, oh, he's like a nerd. He's like a dude, but he seems cool. Seems like if I talk to him, he'll listen. Or I wonder what this nigga gonna say. I can fuck with him. I bet he ain't gonna do shit. I get that a lot too. Like, niggas say the craziest shit in the world to me. The craziest shit in the world to me. Random motherfuckers. I never get read as gay. Like, ever. Like, never. Like, hardly ever. Sometimes I like be in spaces and people be like, like they say niggas always say I look like a professor. I look like I like teach Afro M or something. And he's like, one time I went to like the Wiener Circle and shit, like off Clark. I went to go get a hot dog or something. And this lady was working the window. She's like, "We just try to kick some knowledge." Like, you know what I'm saying? They think I'm just trying to say something deep or whatever, or like I'm about to like try to like wokeify somebody or like put somebody on game or something. Like, I don't think people read me as me trying to be somebody I'm not. I don't do that.
Do you think there's somewhere people think they have you figured out, but that you know that...
Niggas really think they got me figured out.
What do you think that, like, where do you think that really comes out?
Well, people assuming they really know me to a T?
Yeah.
I don't know, people I'm super close to don't make assumptions like that. We don't assume that of each other. Like, we know each other well enough, but we leave enough space to become the people that we become, you know? Like, just because that's what's gonna happen. Like, there may be certain things about you that are fixed. There may be certain things about you like immutable qualities or whatever, but you're a product of your circumstances and your experiences and of time itself. So it's going to express differently, or that might change and alter itself differently. Or certain things might come out later that were probably always there already. They just didn't have the right circumstance to bring that out. So like, I don't think the people that I'm close to, we don't really play that with each other, but I don't know. Like, thinking about how you're perceived is like, you can only do that so much because like, there's the baseline of like, all right, I'm a black man. I gotta, like, I know how I'm perceived in general, even if I'm not. If you put me on, I'm on the same gradient scale. If you put me on this wall against the wall of somebody else and shit. Yeah. Like, based on your biases or based on what you've experienced or what you're shown or what you haven't experienced. But at a certain point, overthinking what everybody else think about you, it's not gonna do shit for you.
Self-monitoring too much.
You need to know yourself.
Do you ever have this feeling of like, nowhere is really my home?
Constantly.
I'm kind of just like a nomad. Constantly,
because I take the concept of home very seriously. It's like I make homes out of places that I'm in, but like I know they all rub off on us, right? But
yeah.
Like, it's a circumstance thing. Like, everywhere you at rubs off on you.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Chicago, I'm not gonna act like...
And you kind of see people who didn't leave and who continued, who might be around your age.
Yeah, and you see it's a different outcome.
Yeah.
It makes you think like, damn, if I never left Maryland, what would I be like?
What would I be?
I have no clue.
Right.
I always feel transient. Because rap music is so tied to place too, so niggas don't know where to place you. Where are you at?
Do you feel like the internet is a home?
It can be.
For you?
I don't know if I want it to be. People gonna make their own assumptions anyway. That ain't on me. I can just show you what it is.
Who are some Chicago artists you want to work with?
I would really feel like I would love to make a song with Hey Sonny.
Hey Sonny?
That nigga is tough. Dreamer, I think will be raw. Shit. We talking like current Chicago? Me and Samira still need to get one. We ain't got one yet. Is it Anayet? So?
Anayet?
Anayet? That's how you say it?
I think
she is raw. She goes crazy.
What do you think it is about these artists that like, is there something similar in each of them, or is it just something individual to each one of them that makes them stand out to you?
Samira be rapping her ass off, and I just always love that shit. She made me want to step my shit up. She's like 21. I need that energy around me always. Sonny, I feel like he represents another side of energy that I try to tap into with my music. Like, that nigga know how to crank that shit. And I always that shit really stands out to me, like energy wise. Like, yeah. When I heard like Shaolin, like Kill Bill, I'm like, nigga. Yeah, nah, I fuck with this. Tough. But now, like, I love to work with them. Like, I work with Jackie. Yeah. Jackie and Billy, they're way younger than me. Like,
I'm actually curious about that. I know you had some writing credits with Jackie.
I got more coming.
What was that process like? Like, writing for an artist who's not a hip hop artist?
It's just fun because I listen to that type of music anyway. And Jackie's really goddamn talented.
Yeah.
Baker just kind of put us together for real. Like, it wasn't like this kind of happened because when I first moved here, I was around y'all, and like Billy and Jackie was around, and goddamn, she expressed that need, I think. Like, I guess like her and Baker talked about it at some point. And that was around the same time I was trying to like cut demos just to get in the habit of it. Okay. And start shopping to start to see what like the publishing end of things is like.
Yeah.
And because he saw I was good at that shit, he tapped me in with Jackie. Then we started linking, and we would collaborate together. And it took me a couple times to really like get into the mode where I understood where she was coming from with it. And like, just kind of, you gotta really get inside somebody's head. Like, they have to like invite you in, and you could see like the outlook for what it is and see what they're trying to get across. Because if they're the vessel for what you're saying, like, you have to just like lend what you can, but translate it to how they would do things, so you can make choices that make sense. And it took a while, but we kept working at it. And then we got that first record out, the first EP out, and I got 3 credits on that out of 5. And then we worked together on this album, and I got like 6 on there, like 5 or 6 on there. And by the end of that process, like, we got really in tune, where she's just like, God, like, you know exactly what I would say, because I just had to work at it.
So when y'all write together, are they primarily like melodic ideas that you work with, or is it lyrics and then it grows out of that? I'm concretely words. She'll come to me, it varies. She'll come to me with song ideas that are like half done. Like, she'll like have like a hook in a verse, and like maybe the second verse she needs help. Right. Or like maybe she'll have the whole outline of the song, but just this section she's getting caught up on. Or like, we also like, we did like 1 or 2 of them joints like directly from scratch. We just like going bar for bar together, like kind of like pulling out a whiteboard and like workshopping ideas. She'll break it down to syllables and tell me I need this amount of syllables fitting into this melody or like this pattern. She'll sing a pattern. Yeah. She'll sing like a flow. Okay. And I catch the flow, and we talk about the theme, and I try to place it to the theme. Right. Half our songs, we start with like an hour-and-a-half conversation about all kind of shit, and then we translate it. Okay. Because finding something organic and natural is difficult, especially in like a business. Yeah, like we actually became friends. So yeah. So has it always been that way with people who you have writing arrangements with? I mean, that's the first person I've worked with that extensively. Okay. I'm trying to do that more. I haven't, I'm trying to work with way more artists. Hopefully when this album comes out, like, hopefully when this shit come out, like, I'll have more opportunities to do that. Any Chicago artists that are like not in the hip hop space? Me and Victor's supposed to work. Me and Victor been supposed to work, yeah. I'm gonna text them. What's holding that up? I don't know, we just kept like missing each other. I went over like once, we didn't really work on nothing, but just keep like moving around the traffic. I'm gonna text him literally now to say that. Are y'all friends? We could be. Y'all just haven't spent that time together? Yeah, I don't know them that deeply yet. Yeah, okay. We cool, I don't know them that deeply. Yeah. That's another thing I hate about music, bro. Niggas be like overestimating how cool they are with people. Like, us kicking it twice don't mean we bros. Like, that's not what that means. Like, you gotta earn that shit. Is that what it takes to become close? Is it just repeated meetings? Or do you think there's like a genuine... You gotta like align for real. Like, you gotta align like somewhere. How can you tell when somebody's aligned with you? You feel it and you go off your intuition. Do you think the Chicago scene's filled with a lot of people who think that they're closer to you than they actually are? Me in particular? Yeah. I wouldn't say so. I haven't experienced that. I also don't have enough clout to really say that. My clout's like not visible. I mean, it's sometimes visible. Like, niggas don't know how deep this shit go with me. They really have no clue. I don't show people everything. Yeah. Like I said, don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. Don't worry about where the fuck I live at. Mind your fucking business. Don't worry about who I know. You have no idea. That's what I was saying earlier, like the Chicago people, like, bro, I was back and forth so much, bro. I know so many motherfuckers, generational, like, between these generations of Chicago artists. Like, I know a lot of niggas, bro, like, just because I was around. How long have you been in Chicago? I moved here in 2019, but I was like taking trips all through undergrad, and I started undergrad 2011 in Madison. 2 days ago, I saw my Facebook thing and gave me a notification that like I had came to Madison for summer college, and that was like June 15th, 2011 or some shit. So since then, yeah, how do you think it's changed? I think Chicago's primed again for another wave of a bunch of niggas making it. We saw the old wave. Like, we saw like, you know, like the Chance wave. Chance, Saba, No Name, Smee, Mick, you know. Would you put Raven in that generation?
Who? Raven, little name. Would you put her in that joint?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, her.
Just in terms of the number of studio albums she's released since then, and
we know the names associated with that wave. Like we say that, you know who we talking about.
Right.
Like, not to mention like all of drill, which like changed music.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like after big waves like that go through, then there's like a little bit of a lull for a second, and the sounds change, and the game changes, the industry changes. Niggas adjust, and they say fuck that shit, do something new. New energy comes through. Certain people move here, things change. I think it's about to be next couple years, like a lot of motherfuckers who at least came through this joint, let alone grew up here. It's gonna be nuts.
What is it about what's happening now that makes you feel like it's prime though?
Look who's cracking right now. Look at Samira, look at Dreamer, look at this is gonna happen.
What is it about them?
Their power, star quality, genuineness, the way people receive their shit.
Have you spent a lot of time with them?
No, but from what I observe, what I see when I've like either played with them or like been to their shows, I can see the impact they have on others.
How much of do you think is that genuine, and how much is filtered through the lens of what we see on social media?
It's a combined view, but I'm saying like there's what you see, there's like the metrics, there's the little politics in the social media game, and there's what you get when you go and you see it for what it truly is, and see how it makes you feel and how other people respond to it. I go mostly off that shit. The politics come into play, but how you feel, that's what's important. That's what's gonna carry you. Because if politics fail you and you're really good at this shit, you're gonna find somebody.
I remember at the show, you said something to me that was like, I'm too old for this shit, or I'm too old to be doing this shit.
No, like going in the crowd and shit? No,
yeah.
I'm like, literally like, I'm not about to have these niggas fuck up my leg.
Yeah.
Like I had that day, and I don't think that's not my day.
So you could be on stage, just not in the crowd.
I could be, I'll be deep in the crowd if I really want to see that shit.
Yeah.
Like, as far as like being all in the mosh pit and all that, I can't. I can't do it. I'll get knocked over, like.
How did that show compare to like other shows you've seen this year?
It would have been better if the fucking sound was better.
Yeah.
Couldn't really hear what the fuck they was doing. It was fun though. That's it? That's the closeout?
That's it.
You don't got you know what I'm saying?
Not really.
This is? So I just switching to rapper mode, you know what I'm saying? It's Young Presidente.
You don't have to do that either. You could just
Crashprez, Young Presidente. You know the fucking vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm young, but I'm not in my prime. Don't get that logo. Relax. No airtime. You see how niggas do on TikTok with the chefs? They cover this shit. No airtime. Don't worry about what I'm sipping on. But yeah, man, Crashprez everywhere. Crashprez everywhere. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We got new shit coming. Def Prez coming. Who is Mike Jones coming? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be safe out this motherfucker. The world crazy, man. Long live Chris Scott. Long live John Vietnam, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?